Hey, EUR Web fam, this is Madge coming to you from the 2015 Essence Music Festival, and I have none other than Kim right here, who just gave us an incredible performance. Kim, tell us, what is it about this Essence Music Festival crowd that makes it different than any other crowd?
This is an incredible experience every time that I come. You know, I've been coming. This is probably my third time on the main stage. You know, we've played in the conference center. We've done the Super Lounge. Music, food, women, 4th of July weekend, you know, fellowship, fun, partying, you know, all of it, man. I mean, you know, you can get it on here. The most beautiful black African-American collective situation on the planet, you know, right now is going down in New Orleans at Essence 2015.
Absolutely, and you just keep coming back because we want so much more of it.
You know, I'm glad to be here.
Now, Kim, on stage tonight, you gave us a little bit of everything. You gave us some humor. You brought Miss Lalah Van Zant up on stage, went into a little spirituality there. Now, like you said, anybody who knows you knows your history, and that you have overcome addiction and homelessness. At one point, was there some epiphany that you said, I'm just going to break this, I can do this? Do you remember the exact day that you said, I can overcome this?
Yeah, that would be July 23rd of 1990, and this year I'll be celebrating in just a few weeks.
Wow.
Man, that puts everything in perspective, dude.
The number of years that it's been, that is absolutely incredible.
Look, that's the most important thing. That's the most important thing. You know?
Absolutely.
That's the most important thing, dude.
And you said on stage tonight you have to go through something to get something.
Yeah. So it'll be 25 years this year. So,
and look at you now.
You know, and you say, was there a moment when I realized that I could do it? No, the moment is when you realize that you can't do it. You know, you can't do it. You know, you can't. I've tried to do it, and I can't do it. You know, when we give up our own ideas about how to fix, you know, our life. That's why people call on the Yonlin to fix their life. You know what I mean? Because you come to a point where you know your best thinking got you to where you were, where you are. Your best thinking got you to where you are right now. And if you're not in a good place, then the thinking that got you in this place is not going to get you out of this place. And so when we surrender, and that's what we call surrender. When you surrender, and when the student is ready, the teacher appears. When you surrender, you know, then you become teachable, and you can learn some things in order to help you move.
You learn and grow.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Now we want to know.
Sorry to get too deep. Sorry
No,
to get too deep.
we enjoy it. We enjoy it. Who does Kim listen to?
Me?
When you're at home chilling, who does Kim listen to?
Listen to me. In my car right now, I got right. People get in my car, y'all look, and they think that I am schizophrenic because you can hear Sting, you can hear Al Jarreau, you can hear Cameo, you can hear Men at Work. You remember Men at Work? Steely Dan. You can hear Elton John. You can hear Barbara Streisand. I'm into. I dig a lot of different music, and then hopefully that's reflected in the music that I make.
Right.
Yeah,
It definitely is.
Yeah.
Now, Kim, a little while ago, you did a collabo with Ron Isley, and when we listen to it, it's like, is that Kim rapping?
yeah. That was
That was enjoyable. What was that experience like for you?
It was great. You know, I wouldn't really call it rapping per se, but you know, but it was, you know, it was good. We were doing a little thing. You know, Ron Isley is a friend, and he's a musical mentor, and I love him, and it was a pleasure to work with him. Yeah.
Well, Kim, thank you so much for talking to EUR Web. We certainly enjoyed your performance tonight. It was great.
Thank you.
And we want to see more of it.
Thank you.
Can you take us out with a little something?
There's nowhere to hide when love is calling your name in from the dark. At Music by Kim on all social media platforms. At Music by Kim.
And that's it. You heard it here. 2015 Essence Music Festival.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
We're ready out here, sir.
Thank you so much. The neighborhood awards this year?
You know what? I should translate.
Yeah, you should. Essence Music Festival, and I'm talking to none other than the incomparable, lovely Lalah Hathaway. Woo! Ooh, we are here. So, Layla, tell us about what you're doing here this year at Essence and what we can expect from you.
This year I'm actually sitting in with my good friend Kelly Price. She has a thing going called For the Love of R&B. And I'm just doing a short set. Within her set, it is a star-studded affair. She's got, all kinds of people, Jonathan McReynolds and B. Slade, and it's going to be great. Like a few people, I think, over the course of a couple of nights. Avery Sunshine, a bunch of folks.
Okay, so you're giving us something to look forward to, hearing that lovely voice of yours.
Thank you so much. Yeah, just a little set tonight, but I'm going to be kind of in and around doing as much as I can, getting wherever I can get in.
Okay, now my next question is, with your albums, how much of it is all you? How do you reflect back on your life, or how much of it comes from, what inspires what you make?
I'm inspired by a lot of things, and the records are very autobiographical, particularly after the first one. The last two have been very autobiographical. One was called Self-Portrait, and the other is Where It All Begins, which was really kind of an homage to my parents. Mm-hmm. So I'm influenced by life and what my friends are going through and what I'm going through, and I try to really communicate that through my art.
Okay. Now, we know you have worked with so many notable jazz artists. Marcus Miller, Joe Sample, Snarky Puppy, which you won the Grammy for. Is there anybody out there that you would like to work with still?
Sure. There's tons of people. Love to work with Pharrell. Love to work with Timbaland. Love to work again with Kendrick Lamar. I would love to work with Stevie Wonder and Sting and Peter Gabriel. There's so many artists and there's so much art to be made.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. Are there any artists out there now that you see yourself in, or the younger generation? Do you see anybody that, I can see a little bit of myself in her?
Not really, no. Not really. And I don't look for myself in other artists. I look at the art that people make and the art that I make, and it makes me reflect backwards. Okay. Always backwards. Always back to the history of where it comes from. I can absolutely identify if someone has listened to Shaka or my dad or me or Nat King Cole, but it definitely it's way back before me, absolutely.
Okay, now I've heard you've been classified as alto and contralto. What are the ranges, and can you describe that?
I don't know. Contralto is low alto.
Okay.
So there are a lot of altos that can sing up high and some that can sing down low. Mm-hmm. I just happen to have kind of a darker voice. I have never quantified it, but I guess I'm a contralto because it's lower than a lot of girls' voices.
Is that your preference, or that's where you just feel most comfortable?
Yeah. I'm really uncomfortable with people trying to label what it is. I definitely sing in the basement, but I've found more range as I've gotten older, so I like to just do as much as I can.
Okay, all right. And also, we know you're involved in a lot of philanthropic work. And what can we expect from you in that sense? Or what are you working on now? What new events are coming up?
I don't have anything coming up right now. I have been doing a lot of advocating for kids to have music. I do visit schools and do clinics and talk to students from all ages up to college. And for me, that's a really important thing, the advocacy of music, particularly for students, because I really find myself through music and art, and I think a lot of kids would if they had that opportunity.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, Lalah Hathaway, we thank you so much for speaking with EUR Web,
Absolutely.
And we look forward to your set here at the 2015 Essence Music Festival. Thank you so much for speaking with us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. 2015 Essence Festival, and I'm talking to none other than Dee-1. Dee-1, tell us a little bit about yourself for those who don't know you.
Well, I'm a hip-hop artist from New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm a former middle school math teacher. I graduated from Louisiana State University with a degree in marketing. But now I am the newest artist signed to RCA Records. I have an EP out called Threes Up, and Threes Up is the movement that I represent, and that stands for Be Real, Be Righteous, Be Relevant, And I'm bringing a whole new breath of fresh air to hip-hop. So if you ain't heard of me, when you check the music out, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's just different energy that I'm bringing to this game. I feel like it's too much of people wanting to be hard and be gangster and be thugging and be dope boys. Nah, man, be yourself.
All right. Now, being a native New Orleans?
Yes.
How does it feel to be here at Essence in New Orleans?
It feels great to be here performing this year. I've been to Essence many times, but never been performing. It just feels different when you're doing all this media and press, but you know that it's leading up to your performance. You know, it's like a cake with no icing when you're not performing. But when you know you're performing at Essence, it's like a nice cake. Essence is a nice cake regardless, you know. But when you know you're performing, it's like that extra chocolate icing on top of that cake with your name on it, you know what I mean? You know how they write your name in cursive on the different cakes and whatnot?
Absolutely, yeah.
That's how this year feels.
Yeah. All right.
Dee-1, you hear me? For real.
All right. Now, as you said before, you're all about inspiring positivity,
Yeah.
creativity, somewhat Christian-based music.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say to the critics who would ask why insert the word into your secular music?
Because the word dictates my lifestyle, you know. I read the Bible and I follow the teachings of the Bible and of Jesus Christ. Therefore, that dictates everything I do, from where I hang out to who I hang out with to the type of music I make. So everything. I would actually be fake to not insert the things I learned from the Bible into my music, because that actually dictates everything about who I am.
And specifically in Against Us, the record Against Us. with the
Against
Lord's
Us,
Prayer.
I put the Lord's Prayer in the hook, you know. I was like, I found a way to make it cool, but still to insert it in there, you know. And
Absolutely.
not every artist can do that. So when I heard the beat, when the producer played that beat for me, it just hit me. I didn't even think about it for 5 seconds. As soon as I heard the beat, I was like, "Ooh, I got an idea!" And I went in there and I started reciting, "Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive those who trespass against us." They don't want to go against us. You know what I mean? It just came to
There
me,
it
literally.
is.
Yeah, it was magic.
Wow. Now, you said you were a middle school teacher. Okay, so was there some moment where you said, I can relate more to these kids rapping than standing in front of them teaching?
That's exactly what happened. And it wasn't that I could relate to the kids more, it was that I could relate to more kids.
Okay.
You know, so that's what it was. I saw the impact I was having as a teacher, but I taught 30 students per class, 5 classes per day. So that's 150 students. If you go on Instagram, I have 50-something thousand followers. You know, if you go on Facebook, I have 75,000 followers. So that lets me know I'm able to reach more people, but now the goal is to not just reach them, but to actually be able to teach them through my music. So it's one thing to have a reach, but it's another thing to make sure you can teach.
Okay, another track people are talking about, the J50 Wheezy. Tell us a little bit about that one.
Yeah, so I wrote that one because I felt like certain artists in the game, they have the money, they have the power, and they have the platform to really make some change in the black community specifically. And J50 and Weezy, I felt like they could be doing a better job of taking a stance to let people know what's real and what's not about life. Because some of like Lil Wayne, he's not a gangster. He's never killed anybody. He's never been a big dope dealer, you know what I mean? He might have sold like 1 bag of weed his whole life, you know what I mean? I'm serious. But for him to be on records, you know, talking about this stuff as if he does this in present tense.
You don't feel it's reality.
No, I know it's not reality. Exactly. I know it's not. And, you know, same thing with 50 Cent, with Jay-Z. Even if they did do that stuff in the past, they're not doing that stuff currently. So you're rapping about it as if you still do that stuff. And you have kids who are listening. The problem is that the kids who are listening are impressionable. You know, and they're impressionable, so they aren't mature enough mentally to be able to say, well, he might just be rapping about his reality from 15 years ago. No, they think that you're rapping about it, therefore you're doing it, therefore you're successful because of what you're rapping about. And I'm a kid in the hood that's broke and that's hungry, and I see him on TV rapping about this, and it's working for him, so maybe I need to go down that route. That's all these kids see.
Absolutely. What can we expect next from Dee-1?
Well, I have an EP out right now that people could go support. It's on iTunes. It's called Threes Up. Go cop that thing on iTunes. Other than that, I'm putting a new mixtape out in August, and it's very Lil Wayne inspired. That's all I'll say. I don't want to give away any details. It's very Lil Wayne inspired. You'll see what I mean in 1 more month.
All right, Dee-1, we'll be looking forward. All your followers will be looking forward. And thank you so much. I know you got to go hit the main stage.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for stopping by to talk to EUR Web.
Much love, EUR Web. I love you, EUR Web. 3 is
We
up.
are out.
You got hip at the end, huh?